Welcome back to comics, to Hot Comics TV. I'm Prince Valiant by Hal Foster. Alright, so I've been meaning to talk about this for quite some time because I'm very fond of Hal Foster's Prince Valiant. And these series are really probably the best way to go about this. I mean, Fantagraphics doing superb publications and printings of these newspaper series, and they do justice to the masterful work that Hal Foster left as a legacy for everybody to enjoy, and one of the best American comics of all time. That's Hal with his wife in Italy. This has a lot of good insight about his life when he was born in 1906 in Halifax, Canada. Yeah, so that's him when he was a lot younger, and that's him with his brother and his grandmother there. So Hal learned how to illustrate. So this has a bunch of interview. He's got an interview with him, and they go over what's an illustrator, what's a cartoonist. He is there's like a very not much of a discerning line between the two. Obviously, one, you have to use actual art media instead of just inking or doing characterization and story narrative, whether the other one has to be a whole narrative encapsulated in one image. So he goes into detail and talks about more about other stuff as well. So I highly recommend these books. I think they're still available on Amazon. You can, or any book shop that might carry them. Just go take a look. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get these, and I highly recommend this because more than that, this is a high quality like production book that's been done in large quantities. This is also at a good scale to what the newspaper prints were. Some of this is Tarzan stuff, because he did Tarzan, the adaptation to Edgar Rice Burroughs, Tarzan character. I think he went even to. I think this book also talks about he went to visit him in California. Anyway, so King Features took on the task of printing Hal Foster's Prince Valiant. So some of those interviews talk about that. Also, he talks about how Bern Hogarth took over Tarzan as well. Some of this is a Hal Foster illustration, so he's got that sort of Sunday Evening Post sort of quality to it. He's with other cartoonists at some event. So this starts with the days of King Arthur, and I dare to say the story starts in the inception of Prince Valiant as a little kid. Yeah, that's him growing up. The craftsmanship and art that you see on these panels is nothing more than magnificent and nothing more than masterful. It's the most skill crafted newspaper narrative that I've seen in all my years of seeing newspaper prints. This is just amazing. And artists like Al Williamson and Frazetta were influenced by his work as much as Alex Raymond, but Harold Foster has a lot of that influence, and also influenced Jack Kirby. Going to talk about that if we don't come across on this one, because I can't remember what issue it comes out, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, because I found out about that by accident, and I commented to someone, a friend of mine, that one of the few people that I can talk about comics with, and he was aware of that. That was like a fandom thing that people were aware of, that Jack Kirby had been influenced by obviously these works. Obviously this is before Jack, so It's just beautiful. I think this is one of those panels that has that Al Williamson and Frazetta had kind of not lifted but borrowed for their narrative. This reproduction of what they've done in here is extremely faithful and very clean. The paper's good quality for this high production. Let's see who did the coloring adaptation of these. It doesn't really say, does it? I'll find out later on another time. I don't really want to slow things down. I just want you guys to sort of soak in the art. It's just so beautiful. So this is taking time on the court of King Arthur. That's where these characters, Prince Valiant, takes place in his narrative, and he's a true adventure type of character, where he would travel the world and go around Scandinavian countries like Vikings, and then he'll go to Africa, and then he'll go to the Americas. It's pure fantasy. Amazing narrative on top of the beautiful artwork that you're sort of taking in. Anybody who has studied or has done some sort of life drawing or done sort of narrative drawing will appreciate this for what it is. And this is a masterclass way of doing art, because you don't get lost. See, this is the thing. To be able to draw like a face and a scene and a tree and nature, but then to depict action like this is something else. That's when you're starting to learn how to do body motion, body movement. And the more you learn how to do those things, it's like what Frank Frazetta was able to do so easily, or he made it look easy, was that he was making movement. It's what I was sort of making mention on the drawings by Robert Crumb, that he's capturing movement on those heavy drawings, those heavy hatching drawings. And to make this is just, that's another art of itself, being able to capture that movement, to be able to do those things. This is so awesome. They get the crocodile. Every panel's a masterpiece. Just amazing. So that's Merlin. I guess this is where the Weezer archetype idea came from, because he got like the pointed hat and the Merlin, the cookie wizard and everything else. I love it. I love this. But this is like the 1930s or 20s. I can't remember where this was published, but this is just amazing. I think it's 24. No, 37. So these are the Sunday strips that a lot of kids read. And the cultural impact that this would have done. Just amazing. So it's a whole journey from his youth all the way to him growing up and being part of the court for King Arthur. He's sneaking in right here. I think this is the volume where, in this, maybe not. So he's spying, he's doing like spy shenanigans there. Look at this, just beautiful work. Uh-huh. Alright, so I'm gonna have to pause this because I gotta bring something up. I'm back to show this. Oh my goodness. Okay. So see this monstrosity? This is the Bronze Age Oni boss. You see this character here? That's the demon, Etrigan, and how Jack. How am I gonna do this? Oh God! Because look at this book. So Prince Valiant here, it's like in this clandestine sort of sneaking into this court, and he makes a mask and dresses up as a ghoulish demon creature. That look at all of these shenanigans. This is before Batman, by the way. And Jack Kirby, the King Kirby, lifts this to do the demon for DC Comics. And let me bring the character. So the demon is I think a knight might have been from Knights of the Round or something. I can't really remember the lord of Etrigan the demon. But here we go. Whoa, heavy. So there it is. I don't have any demon originals. Sadly, I don't have them on my disposal anymore. But look at this. Look at the character design and look at what Hal Foster was doing. So it's influencing Jack in the character design of it, and that blew my mind when I found about this. Jason Blood. So yeah, there you go. Just showing it quickly. So I just wanted to bring this up. That very heavy, very heavy. It's a brick of a book. That he had influence, and I mean, when I saw all of these, this is one of my favorite chapters of Prince Valiant, just because of this. This is insane to me that he's doing all of this, and he's acting like this appearance of a dark entity amongst all these knights. And how he's able to do this is that he kills a duck, right? And he makes it out of the skin of the duck. That's why the face is yellow. And the feet of the duck. So all of those character designs are are borrowed and lifted and put in the demon. I mean, how brilliant is this? Just amazing. Just amazing. Look at that. What if Hal Foster had drawn the demon? Well, he did, didn't he? Just amazing. Yeah, Prince Valiant gets into all these shenanigans. So they're doing numbers for the panels for you to be able to follow the narrative, which I don't think they needed, but because of the funny layout, I guess that's where they had to do that. Because on this, you can sort of see the how the story's going, but when you have something odd in the middle, I guess that's why they needed to do the numbers sort of thing. Beautiful work. I can't stop saying how beautiful the whole thing is, and also how the coloring complementary to the art, and it's not, you know, being intrusive or being distracting for that matter. Look, he's doing monsters of sorts. Maryland. Again, another monster scene. Beautiful work. Just amazing. Just amazing. Every time. Prince Valiant does wrestling moves. Look at that panel. Just outstanding work. Just outstanding work. It's Game of Thrones, everybody. Just beautiful work. So this is the restoration section here. Alright, that's it. Prince Valiant Volume 1 from 1937 to 1938. The series of Prince Valiant. This is such a joy to go through and to share it with everybody. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I have showing it. I would like to hear people's comments about this artwork, and if you knew about Hal Foster, or if you didn't know about him, if you knew about Prince Valiant, or this is the first time you're ever hearing about it, because this is such a beautiful series of works that people should be aware of it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time, and please thank you so much for everything else. For coming by. Please like and subscribe and all those good things. Until next time, bye bye.